Hey everyone, today is going to be an episode filled with rants.
Ooh.
I, for one, have...
Oh, I get it. For
one eye.
Yesterday I texted Mike, I'm looking forward to seeing you later. And he goes, looking? Seeing? He goes, problematic language, SMH. And then I said, fine. I'm optimistic about feeling you later. And he goes, optimistic? The word that has I, the word for I as its root word?
Opt?
Yo, she really is your op, though.
I am your op.
Yo. I have a rant. Jorge has a rant, and I have a question for later in the show that's going to tee Natalie up for a rant.
I'm excited. Oh, let us just introduce it.
Nobody gets it. Nobody gets it.
We
just
literally
promised
set
it.
you up. This is GaS Digital Now, the GaS Digital wrap-up show. We talk about all the best moments that happened on the shows this week on the network. Jorge?
This week we had, I want to say, about 5 or 6 cancellations of shows, of show recordings.
Mm-hmm.
That as somebody whose whole job it is to come in here and record shows, having them
made
get
your life-
canceled day of, or 17 minutes before you're supposed to record, really fucks shit up. And that's already on top of every show, comics being late because they don't know any basic fucking broadcasting professional skills. It's like, oh, like if you have a show, like you show up for the show. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You show up early. You show up on time. At least on time.
Yeah.
Like what? Nobody has any respect.
Hey, no respect. Show cancellations, shows being late. What is this, Jimmy Kimmel? Folks.
I can't wait for this show to get canceled.
Mike
It's
is
already too late.
Mike is canceled
I wish.
Wait,
Then I can have him all to myself.
for being gay.
Didn't you have more of a rant?
No, I got better things to do. If you want to see more of me, you should watch Dark Horrors, my show that airs at Thursdays at 6 p.m. on GaS Digital, and only live streamed at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Jorge is being pulled out by a long cane that is being sent into the studio to pull him out of the shot right now.
Jorge Angel, everybody.
Alrighty. Should we address the fact that you're like on 6 steroids right now and it might affect your mood? Mike told me yesterday that he's been following up with his doctors. They gave him his eye surgery and have been consulting him about his eye. And they said that they're doing something a bit experimental, but that they agree will probably be the best scenario for him is they're giving him a lot of steroids today. And then they're slowly tapering it off for 6 days. Whoa. That's kind of what it looks like. No, lean back more. That's the approximate shape of it.
What the hell?
It is pretty square. And has no head.
Angry.
Your mom watches the show.
Your mom is the show.
So he took 6 steroid pills today, and he's gonna take 5 tomorrow, and so on and so on.
Tapering. Like what Natalie's shirt should be in the chest area.
Not quite. Not quite.
So I have a rant, if you'll oblige me.
Sure.
This kind of relates, actually, if you will, to HSR from about a month ago. Chris Fago went on a rant about trendy New York City and just trendy urban restaurants in general.
Sure.
That are started by like Michelin star chefs. They're all like hot honey pizza or something.
Yeah.
And it's like $20 for
Yeah.
something that
Should not be. Yeah.
And it only works if it's like in a small storefront because otherwise it would be empty.
Yeah.
I went, as you talked about, there's a bunch of on TTI, there's a bunch of trendy restaurants in this neighborhood that we record in.
Right. Kind of an unnecessary shoehorn, but yes.
Well, this is like almost next door to your place.
Oh, I don't think I even mentioned the name of the restaurant I went to on TTI.
And it's Danny and Coops.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
So Danny and Coops is a new cheesesteak spot that opened up in New York. And I will say this. Philadelphians, boycott Danny and Coops. It's not a Philadelphia cheesesteak. If any Philadelphian is coming to New York City and wants a Philly-style cheesesteak, avoid Danny and Coops at all costs. They use the wrong buns. They use the wrong cheese. They charge you extra for peppers, and they refuse to put it on. It can only come on the side as extra, and they charge you for it. And it's $20 for a sandwich that you can get for maybe $12 or $15 anywhere. There's a place, G's Cheesesteaks, like 6 blocks in the other direction, that's cheaper, and the sandwich is bigger. So if you're a Philadelphian and you want a cheesesteak in New York City because you're craving it from back home.
Oh, okay.
If you want like a Philadelphia Philly-style cheesesteak in New York, avoid Danny and Coops and boycott every Bradley Cooper movie. Fuck Silver Linings Playbook. Fuck The Hangover Part 3. I don't know any other movies he's in, but I never saw a Bradley Cooper joint that I liked.
If you're from Philadelphia and you're in New York and you are looking for a Philly cheesesteak, there's gotta be something fucking wrong with you. Are you fucking stupid, dude? It's a 2-hour drive. Just go back. Like you're coming
Some of us
to New
live here.
York.
Some of us live here.
You visit your folks every 2 months. Get it there.
I
thought
it
this
more
was
often than that.
You definitely don't need it more often than that. That's crazy.
Most of us here need an intravenous whiz-wit just to be able to wake up in the morning.
Whiz is fucking disgusting and abhorrent and should be illegal.
That's the problem. Every New York cheesesteak place up here puts
has
fucking
actual cheese on it.
Puts provolone on it. That's not what makes it taste good.
Instead of literal hamster treat food, that is the whipped cheese. Whipped cheese is the nastiest thing I've ever heard.
It's not, and that's the other problem, is that making cheesesteaks trendy is what ruins it. It's supposed to be garbage. It's supposed to be bad. You're not supposed to have quality ingredients for chopped meat and whiz cheese. It's supposed to taste like that.
I'm just saying, if you are in Philly and you're craving if you're in New York and you're from Philly and you're craving a cheesesteak, it's literally not that far. I was imagining this as my mom's friend from Chicago who was craving New York pizza. Much longer trip. If you're in Philly, wait till you get back.
No, because
or have something fucking local. You're crazy. That's like going to Europe and looking for the fucking...
I shouldn't have to, is the point. I should just be able to... It's New York City. They should have everything here.
They do. Like you said, it's just not at this restaurant.
There's a Philly bar. There's like an Eagles bar not like 3 blocks away from here that also does Penn State games. Like there's people from Pennsylvania that live here.
Yeah, go there. Don't go to this one.
They don't serve food. It's an Eagles bar. It's just in a bar that plays Eagles games on Sunday when you go to drink.
Well, you literally just tagged a different cheesesteak place that's better.
It's the next best thing, but it's also overpriced and bullshit.
Well, things are more expensive in New York. That's just how it is.
It's abhorrent. I would rather have the piles of trash in New York, in Philly again, than eat another one of those cheesesteaks.
It looked and smelled delicious.
It was okay. Comment below if you agree or disagree, and if you also have any trendy restaurant spots that you want to call out that we think should get some hate.
Yeah, agreed. I don't think I mentioned the name of the restaurant that I ate at on TTI this week, but it was Superiority Burger on Avenue A.
White Superiority Burger, folks.
No, vegetarian superiority, I think is the implication, is that this is a superior burger because there's no meat in it.
And it's white.
It's pretty white. It was pretty white in there. The friend I made was not white, though. But she was vegetarian. I was on TTI this week. Should we talk about Studio Lore first? Studio Lore, our last episode we recorded literally 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That never happens. This week we did last week's episode. So That's why we had Alex and Serafina on, because we had the in-studio meeting, once monthly meeting in person.
Which we deliberated for far too long about the time of the meeting.
That was all Jorge, not to throw Jorge completely under the bus, but
No, throw him under the bus.
so right when we got there were like 5 people there, and it was 11 o'clock. And I was under the impression that no one was coming. And that's why he was talking about this. He's like, it's got to be on a day like a Story Wars day or a Skanks day because people have to be in the city. It's kind of far for people. And then as soon as it came in, up for conversation at the meeting, no one backed him up.
Yeah.
Like, he was here on time, and no one who was late gave a shit about the time or cared.
And to the point where, like, because the behind the scenes, it's on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that's usually when Godfrey happens. So there's some people who have to come in early for Godfrey and then stay all day.
Yeah, you would have to be at the morning meeting at 11 a.m. and stay until sometimes 2 in the morning.
And they were like, it was funny because they were like, Lewis was like, so what, you and Harrington, you and Dom just complain to each other about how late you have to stay? And he's like, frankly,
Yes.
I don't care. And he was just like, all right, moving on.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, good, have your little cry session.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. Studio lore. I had a dream with Lewis in it, and then I woke up to a phone call from him. That was terrifying.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I won't go into it, but everything's fine now. But anyway, yes, studio lore. That day, I forgot that I had this conversation with Shannon a couple weeks ago. She goes, "You still good to do TTI tonight?" And I go, "Oh, yeah, I forgot, but yes, I am doing that." And it was fun as fuck. And selfishly, I went, I'm going on by myself.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was good. Good vibes.
Good vibes. You think so? Or are you just saying that because I'm here?
You did great.
Thank you.
One piece of studio lore also after the show.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon came to the back area where me and Jorge were talking, and I was like, wait, or Jorge said, like, Shannon, stop for a second. I forget why, whatever he said. And then she was leaving. I went, wait, Shannon, stop. And she was like, what? And I was like, I just have to gaze. And I just started staring at her for a second. And then she's like, I'm looking at 2 gays. I'm like, yo, damn, bro.
Damn, got your whole ass. Incredible.
I thought she would appreciate the compliment, but she didn't.
I feel like she is over it. I think she is just so deeply in a hole of self-loathing.
A dark hole.
A dark hole of self-loathing that she thinks that anyone complimenting her is lying. Or
You both
bullshit.
gave her bad advice.
I
by the
agree.
way,
I agree.
About feeling self-conscious.
Yeah.
It's literally just because she doesn't get sleep.
I agree.
She would feel better about herself if she just slept normally.
Yeah, but she hasn't slept normally in 20 years.
Yeah.
She used to feel better about herself.
Yeah. When she slept.
No, this is incorrect. She's
disagree.
like, I haven't slept well since I was a teenager.
Oh, well.
And it's just because she is like, doesn't like her body currently. And also, I've said that to her, but like, I think that I wish she was talking about going to therapy, remote therapy. Bro, are you fucking
no.
stupid? I hope that was on camera. That was crazy. Bro just opened it upside down and started shooting cookies into the floor. That was insane.
Where's the other one?
Oh, it's on my side. It rolled over here. I actually think our advice was bad, which is that
Body neutral is a bad way to live.
yeah, but it's not supposed to be permanent. So we were talking about how Shannon said that she got homework from her therapist that was like, I need to correct every time I do like negative self-talk. And so she's like, but I don't see it as like incorrect because I'll be like, I'm a big fat monster, and I think that's true.
So one is to have better self-talk.
Okay.
And then
That's good. That's actually good.
I like
and then
that.
anytime I say something negative to myself, like in my head, I'm supposed to write it down and then write the truth about it and then rewrite the thing. The issue is that I feel like my negative self-talk is accurate. So I
Give me an
can't.
example.
I mean, like, I'm a big fat monster. So like I
Definitely not accurate.
okay, but I think it is. So like I can't write down facts to disprove that.
Well, you can. Well, you can say I'm a big fat monster, and then you could write I should go on a 30-minute walk.
I was
every day.
gonna say more
And
like
then that's the truth. I should be more active. Instead of I'm a big fat monster, I should be more active. That's the truth.
instead of I'm a big fat monster, you go I am a person. That's the accurate
pretty general.
thing. Yeah. And I go, obviously that's not true. The answer should be I'm a human being, because obviously you're not a fucking big fat monster, because that's not real. That doesn't exist. And his titties are out. Oh, no one got to see that. His titties were out. My camera. Yeah, that one points at me.
What a dumbass.
So yeah, cover my toes. Can you get back in your fucking seat? Are you insane? Did you want to do this show today?
Yes.
My advice, either of us should have been like, you are an extremely beautiful woman. Anyone with eyes can see that. And you're just simply incorrect if you think that you're a big, fat, ugly monster, because that's the opposite of what you are.
Correct.
That's what we should have said, but we were both fucking pussies. And, anyway, and then later that day, we were closing up the studio with Shannon, and she was like, I do this because I'm 100 years old. And she's like, no, I'm not 100 years old. See? And I go, you're a normal age for a person to be. You're not even one of the oldest people who works here.
That's
not even in the top
true.
4. And like top 5, like 10 years younger than the next person.
Serafina, Dom,
Yeah.
Tanner,
Tanner doesn't work here.
Dylan,
Dylan's older than you.
Brandon.
Anyway, I regret that advice on the air. Should have been more radical. But then she said that her other homework was to go out somewhere and get dressed up. And I said, we should go out somewhere. And she was like, do I have to dress up? And I was like, I guess not. I was like, I just think that we should go out
Yeah.
around here.
I haven't gone out with Shannon since her birthday.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a fun episode all around.
Yeah.
So I was unaware of what was happening with the game until it was on air. Harrington just asked me a bunch of questions.
Did he say it was for a show?
He said it was for TTI
Right.
and that you were going to have to guess what
Which ones were you?
kind of. It was just like Natalie's going to figure out if this is your quote or not.
Yeah.
And so his words were, I'm trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And I
Right.
was like, that sounds like my Saturday night. He was like, that doesn't even make any sense. What's the square peg? And I was like, no, I'm a square that gets pegged.
I liked it. I
So-
was pretty accurate. Because even at first I went, no, there's no way that the
Insurance one?
no way that the health insurance one is real, because Mike famously doesn't have health insurance. And I go, but I think that he would say that.
Damn, babe, I'm going to get you on my insurance plan.
Love is blind.
I have Love is Blind.
I think that I know for a fact that Mike does not have health insurance.
I'm pretty sure.
so.
What's the answer?
I believe that Mike would say that.
So yes, the prompt was what is something you would say to Natalie to express how you want your love to take you to great things, and that was what he came back to me with.
I believe that.
So he did say that.
That is
That
Gabe
was
Weinmeier.
Gabe Weinmeier.
Yeah.
That's 1 point for Figs.
I like these deceptive questions.
Yeah, it's
Very
also
good.
it's a deceptive answer because he doesn't have good insurance.
Nah, yes.
So he
correct.
wouldn't say that to you. That's a lie. And
Yeah.
Ladies,
I am going
ladies,
to
good-
dispute this
good
one.
sportsmanship.
I told Harrington, let's clean this up so it doesn't look so pathetic.
Yeah, I go, that's on Mike's mind right now, and that's why I think that it's you.
True. Did they get it?
Well, I think one of them did and one of them did not. Oh, one of
Hilarious.
them didn't, and Shannon contested it because she's like, he can't say that because he doesn't have health insurance. That's not a
Bruh.
true quote.
Might get health insurance challenge.
Yeah, literally.
No, for Figs.
Both. Yeah, it's like Figs is drinking and Shannon's not sleeping. It's like if they literally just fixed that, they would accomplish what they're trying to accomplish.
True. I agree.
So,
And then the other one was the big one was the squirm. I was trying to get something provocative out there to confuse.
Yeah, but I went those are Mike's word. Mike would say that. I know him, and I think that he would say that.
What was their reaction? Because you said that they were gross.
Disgusted.
Really?
Yeah, they were grossed out.
Everyone?
Shannon was grossed out.
Really?
Yeah, and she was like, ew, I don't like that. I don't like that word.
Squirm?
Squirm.
That's because she's not ready for it.
I go, he made us all squirm with his quote. That's what happened. It was really fun. I had like no stories at all. Although I did touch on a date that we went on where we tried to go to the aquarium.
Yeah.
And it was closed.
I was trying to think of another bad date.
That's what I'm thinking, because like we don't have any bad date stories except for the one you told that we weren't on the date. And then that one where we tried to go. No, that wasn't even bad. Oh, I don't consider these bad dates. But the one where the first aquarium iteration was, we were supposed to go to the aquarium. We showed up at 4:15 p.m. and it was closed. And it was cold, so we walked coldly on the boardwalk at Coney Island in February.
And then we did go, and then when we did go to the aquarium, Nat got in a car accident.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
We were doomed. That aquarium has cursed us.
Yes, I agree. I've decided that I don't need to go to any more aquariums.
Why? You were
Just
so
'cause-
obsessed with them.
I wasn't. I think it just came up on this show a lot. I think I just prefer aquariums to zoos.
Oh yeah, we've talked about. We don't have to rehash this.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic.
That's a classic
Gas
now bit.
Yes.
Aquariums versus zoos.
Yes.
A tale as old as time.
Exactly. And then we listened to some callers about spooky stories. I think there was one clear winner, and I will be bringing in a Ouija board for the studio.
Oh yeah. We should probably promote that. If you do have a scary story to submit to the Thing Is show, they're doing a contest. So submit your scary stories before the end of the month, and they'll listen to it on the show. And a winner gets like a free piece of merch or something.
I don't remember, probably, but
But
you gotta
submit for
check
a prize.
Yeah, you gotta check their show. They say it at the end of my episode what the number is. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
It's 973.
No. Beep. Let's move on.
I said her number.
He did. That's what it is.
Your number does. I'm not gonna give the numbers out, but it does sound like
A made-up number.
no, like a business.
Yes.
Like it sounds like a dry cleaner number.
Right. If I'm trying to have rapport with like someone at like usually not a cashier, but like if I'm at the a new mechanic or something and I read them my number, I go, it sounds fake, but it's not. And that's like builds rapport with them. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of white superiority. by the
Oh,
way,
yes, right.
Dante Nero was on No Need for Apologies.
Cool.
And they talked about if we've discussed this on the show before, but I'll bring it back up again. They were discussing about Dante accidentally becoming a Proud Boy just because he was in it before it got radicalized, because he used to go on Gavin's show a lot, because he was like, well, there's a lot of disenfranchised men in this group who could probably use some women advice. Like, this is my...
Sure.
Why wouldn't I try to,
Help people.
market my services to my demographic
Yeah.
that's listening to this show?
Right.
So that's why he used to go on all the time. And then once things started to get really divisive, he kind of left, and he was like, and I really dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, did you ever join a group and regret it and leave? Even a friend group or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about a friend group. We kind of
I
did
know a band that you left.
a band
I know a band you left.
that I was in.
Well, you certainly helped them move equipment.
Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, I sure did. I didn't dodge a bullet. I think she's doing well right now. He's talking about my ex's band, if you guys haven't picked up on that. I was going to say we kind of did the opposite to somebody in college where, like, the problematic friend left us and we dodged a bullet because she decided to not hang out with us anymore. She was a crazy person. And maybe we did kick her out, sort of like indirectly. But she started hanging out with other people, and we went, that bitch was crazy, right? And then we sort of like heard stories about her the rest of our college experience.
I have 2 stories.
Let's hear it. It's a good question.
They're just groups you regret joining. It doesn't even have to be like they went off the rails or whatever. But just
Groups I regret joining.
So mine was number 1 in high school. When I moved to my new school, I was watching Doctor Who upon a recommendation of a friend of mine from my old school.
Mm-hmm.
So this was kind of like a way to kind of feel like I was still in touch with that friend of mine, because they had recommended me Doctor Who. So I felt like if I ever saw them again, we could have a conversation to pick up on.
Yeah,
that
that's
I
sweet.
watched the show, and I did enjoy it. It was fun, in like a kind of silly, quirky way.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about Doctor Who is it's self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, it would suck if it wasn't. And I think it is getting progressively less self-aware.
Sure.
Which is also why I stopped watching.
Yeah.
But, like, there wasn't... When it first came back, it knew exactly what it was, and that's why it was fun.
Right. So are you saying that Doctor Who is the thing you regret joining?
So there was a Doctor Who club at our school. As I've mentioned on the show before, I went to this, like... big school, like big public school in Mechanicsburg that was like very gerrymandered for all the like the well-off neighborhoods in the area, and it was like the size of a college campus. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was really big, and so there was a lot of clubs where like there's at least like 10 activity buses.
Wow.
Like there were at least 5 to 10 buses that would stay after that would bring you to your neighborhood. Yeah, there was a Doctor Who club. There was also a Harry Potter club.
Mm-hmm.
I was not into Harry Potter, but I joined it because I was like, I like this TV show, and it'll help me still connect to this friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, after like a year of being there, I was like, oh, everyone here are nerds.
Yeah, everyone's insufferable.
They're
That sounds
annoying.
insufferable.
Yeah, they were the worst.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
They were also in all the other nerdy clubs that I didn't care about, like the Harry Potter club and stuff. I'm like, I don't like any of this other shit.
Yeah.
And I eventually left, and I joined FBLA, actually.
That's cool. What is that?
Future Business Leaders of America.
Right. That's cool. I kind of, at the time, regretted joining any club I was in, because I was always exhausted. I always wanted to be at school as little as possible. I never understood the people who were in like crew, who had to be at school at like 6 a.m. to row in the morning.
It's crazy that your high school had a crew team.
That was, I don't know. We were near the river, so I thought that was crazy. Anything I didn't sign up. I had one club I was in middle school, the art club, like general art, that I had to be in early in the morning for. I'm glad. I don't regret either of them. So I was in art club in middle school, and I was in the GSA in high school, like every year, I'm pretty sure.
GSA, that stands for bleep, bleep, and bleep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I know what I was going to say, and I didn't say it.
I like that Alliance is also bleeped. Got it. Very good. I didn't regret being in GSA, but I was always exhausted. Like, I wanted to be home. GSA was kind of fun. We would watch like Rent and like other gay movies and learn about.
They would kiss. They would do kissing practice.
I wish, dude.
They would have drag queen story hour.
I fucking wish, dude. That was where I saw my first trans adult who had like successfully transitioned. There was like a lady who was I forget what she was. She was like came to give like a talk. I like had to pick up on it later that she was a trans lady, and I was like,
she had a talk about her cock.
She didn't mention that. That's why I didn't pick up on it right away. But yeah, at the time sometimes I would be like, I regret signing up for this because now I have to be here for it. You know?
Oh yeah. I told you before that our school probably still to this day has a furry club.
You did.
Our high school.
You did.
Before I moved, this is just another story. I do have an actual story, but before that, quick side tangent. When I was in 9th grade, right before I moved to that high school, at when I was in 9th grade at the other one before I moved, they had a Christian club before school.
For your brother?
Yes. What the hell? Name drop.
So
Christian D'Elia, if anyone's
right.
wondering. And they would have breakfast because they were really trying to get kids to be God.
Right.
They wanted
be God.
They wanted to put the fear of Jeebus in them.
Right.
So they had
fed
to
them.
they had to offer you bagels.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I would show up early because
That's
I'm
funny.
like, now I can just have free breakfast.
Yeah. That's great.
But the story actually, the second story I had is more interesting. When I was in college, if no one here knows, I was rejected from my friend's fraternity multiple times after trying to pledge it. And this is I had already swallowed my pride and joined the suit frat. Which I don't regret. I'm not saying that in like a negative way.
Right.
I just meant like I
At
had
the
to
time.
actually at some point just hang up the letter jacket or whatever. And
Sorry, I'm yawning a ton.
these kids that I knew from like one of my classes like approached me one time when I was eating at one of the cafeterias, and they were like, "Hey, man, you're always at the frat parties. We know you're not a frat brother. We're trying to start a frat on campus.
Oh.
It's like a nationally chartered frat. It's one of the biggest frats in the country. And we're trying to start it here on campus. If we can get a charter, do you want to join?"
Oh.
That means that like the school has to both
Right.
the school has to approve
And the frat.
and
has
the
to
national fraternity has
Yeah.
to approve. And the school rejected them. But I didn't. Before that, I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, maybe I could be like the DJ or something.
Right.
And they were like, hell yeah, man, that would rule. And then I walked back with them, and I was just kind of like I got their numbers and everything, and I never like, it felt a little forced to me. So I was already very busy.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't necessarily, it would be great,
Yeah.
but I had already crossed the threshold at that point
Yeah.
of being like,
I don't need to be in another frat.
I'm validated.
Yeah.
I don't need anything else. Like that part of me is satisfied.
Right.
Like I have the connections that I want. I have the communal thing that I want in college. Like, and by that point I was pretty like I had the college friends that I still hang out with now. That friend group now had pretty much solidified, and I was in there.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was trying to get into the fraternities, we were close. We weren't as close.
Cool. Yeah.
So I just never followed up. And then the kids who tried to start that had like a stink on them from all the other frats because they were like, why did you try to like rival us?
Oh,
Like, they were
that's so
not-
funny.
They were not seen like, they were not well received by the other like frats on campus when they tried to come to parties and stuff because they were like, you tried to like get in on what we already have.
I guess, but like, how is that different than just joining a rivaling frat that already exists?
I don't. It was just kind of like. It just was kind of seen as like shitty the way they did it. I don't remember the specific politics of it. There was definitely
Sure, shady shit.
But like, yeah, it wasn't looked favorably upon.
Right.
And I was like, thank God I never was just like out like bragging about being.
Yeah, part of their thing.
And it was, yeah, so that's my best story about being like, well, this could have gone really south.
Yeah,
south, but just, like,
yeah.
I don't
Dodged
know.
a bullet.
Yeah, by the time I left, I was kind of, not to brag, but like I was kind of
Doing well.
well respected, even if I wasn't in the frats on campus,
Yeah.
as like a cool party guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all I had on that. But it was funny to rehear Dante talk about that because it is always such an interesting story.
Yeah, I would like to go back and watch it, I think.
Also, so Derek Gaines was in the studio before it started, and he was talking about how he's recently been on a movie set with Will Arnett,
Cool.
and he was like making fun of Will for trying to be a comic.
Oh,
And I was
his movie.
in my head, I'm going, you're doing the opposite of that. You're coming into his world.
Yeah.
You're trying to be an actor.
Yeah,
like
you
you're doing
can't-
the same thing.
Yeah, you can't meet him on set and do that. Yeah, that's not fair.
No, I mean it was he was like they liked it because Will's a funny guy. He's
Right.
I feel like they do have similar personalities to it. They're
Sure.
kind of sarcastic in the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But-
You're right. That is what he's doing, huh?
But I'm like, you're kind of doing you're doing the reverse.
Yeah.
If he's kind of trying to do comedy stuff, you're trying to do acting stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do love Derek, and I don't know if they said it on the show, but you were here, you were listening, right? Where they were like, they were getting ready to say stuff on the show, and they were like, Dave was like, I don't get paid for when I have my 2 weeks off, or like he was like, if I take off.
I was not here for this.
Dave was basically like, if the government shuts down, we shouldn't have to pay taxes for the weeks that they're off.
Yeah.
Because when I have my job and I'm off, I don't get paid extra.
Yeah.
I don't get paid.
Yeah,
And I thought that was a very funny observation.
that is funny.
Anyway,
Yeah, good shit. I would like to watch that one.
you had an HSR question, I think.
I did kind of. I was watching, always an all-timer episode when it's KP and Zach on High Society
Protect Our
Radio.
Perks.
Protect Our Perks, episode 3, version number 3.
Trace Amundo.
They spent a lot of time talking about my big fat gypsy wedding on
Yo,
TLC.
wasn't that
That was
crazy?
crazy.
No, I mean just the lore.
Yes, yeah, the
So-
lore of the Bible story.
So Zach talked about how the excuse that gypsies give for stealing is that because a gypsy had made the nails for Jesus's crucifixion, he stole one of them because he needed the nail for later, and that was going to go through Jesus's heart, and so because
He stole the nail, it allowed Jesus to come back.
and that's why. But they're cursed to roam the earth because it's still Jesus was crucified by the nails that were made by a gypsy. So they're cursed to roam the earth, but they can
allowed to
steal
steal.
whatever they need to in order to survive. Not everything, but whatever they need to just to survive.
Yeah.
Was the specification.
That was an interesting story. And then they also talked about the TLC show.
Yeah.
And I never watched that one, but were you ever into
Shaban is
TLC like
It's
that?
such a funny name.
Yeah. Do you ever watch TLC like that?
I mean,
Because I used to a bunch. That was never one of mine. But
we watched John and Kate plus 8.
I was gonna say I remember John and K plus 8. Before I did not watch 19 Kids and Counting, which was the Duggar family. I was not into that one. It was too much to keep track of. Where for some reason, really, I was there for What Not to Wear and Hoarding Buried Alive.
The hoarding one was great.
Great. And there were a couple others I would sometimes see, like My Strange Addiction and stuff.
My Strange Addiction. I was a Discovery Channel boy.
I was not. For some reason, I was like not
Or
on
Animal Planet also.
I was not on either. I liked only Meerkat Manor. Did I watch? I forget which one that is. Is that Animal Planet?
Yes. So my parents let me watch Animal Planet and Discovery Channel because it was educational.
Right.
But
I
they
would
wouldn't
watch
let
like
me-
PBS.
They wouldn't let me watch TLC necessarily or like TBS or True TV or anything
Yeah.
like that because it wasn't. They saw it as like not fulfilling.
The real answer is that the channels that I would watch were, I believe, 30 was Disney Channel, 31 was Cartoon Network. No.
Do you have DirecTV or
No,
Spectrum?
I don't remember. I think we had Optimum.
She had Service Electric.
Do
you know Service Electric?
No, I think it was 31 was Disney, 32 was Cartoon Network, and then 33 was Nickelodeon, and then 30 was HGTV, 29 was Food Network, and 28 was TLC. I'm pretty sure that's it. So it was like I didn't stray from that chunk of channels very much. Where I was like, I know where these are, and I'm just going to check the same 6 stations to see what I'm looking for. That's why it was not until Meerkat Manor where I specifically went out of my way to watch something on the Animal Planet. I don't know why, because it's not that hard to find them. And I know I still have them memorized at 28 years old. So, like, I
Hilarious.
obviously had them memorized. I don't know why.
Discovery was Ice Road Truckers, right?
I don't know that one, so probably.
And the what is it? Where they're on the oil rig.
Oh,
I
yes.
used to watch that one sometimes.
Yes.
I watched. There was one. I never saw this again. But so there was a weekend where I was staying at my grandfather's, and there was just a marathon for some reason of the show that I've never seen again, which was like tow truck drivers in Philly
That's so funny.
that would mainly go
It's
to
like Cops, but for Philly.
work trashier.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, "Yeah, you don't take my fucking car." What you mean it's repossessed?
That's great.
Yeah, you don't repo my car.
There was this lady, there's this guy I watch on YouTube that is like a chiropractor, and there was this lady that came in to get her back fixed, and he was like, "Our friend here has come all the way from Philadelphia," and I was like, "Oh no, don't worry, I can tell," because she had the accent heavy.
Yeah.
It was not till I was older that I started watching History Channel for American Pickers and Pawn Stars.
And what was that on? Was that True
History.
TV?
That was a History Channel. And I don't remember which one had Storage Wars on it. I don't think that was the History
Story
Channel. I
Wars?
don't think you can shoehorn in history into Storage Wars.
True.
Yes, I don't believe that Story Wars was ever going to be a spin-off of Star Wars. It much more obviously should have been Storage Wars.
So what was the one on Animal Planet that I also used to watch was like Animal Rescue or whatever.
I
it
remember
was?
that. Yeah.
I loved that.
And my mom
show.
used to watch Pitbulls and Parolees. I think that was Animal Planet, one of the animal ones too. That was a great show.
I used to watch. Eventually, I got old enough that my parents just kind of looked the other way when I would watch Cops.
Yeah.
Because also, it's like my dad's watching Cops, so
Right.
like, why can't I?
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Anyway,
but what is a true TV show or
I didn't
TLC show?
I just listed them. I watched Hoarding Buried Alive, John and Kate Estate,
My 600-Pound
My
Life.
600-Pound Life, any of the Little People shows, Little People Big World,
That
and
one
The
was
Little
awesome.
Couple.
I remember they had Little People Big World on, and I was by myself, like after one of my surgeries in Cincinnati, because it was like a hotel show, and I'm like, I'm just gonna watch. This rules.
Little People Big World was the first one. And then The Little Couple, they were a lot more likable, but it was like more of a spin-off. And then it was the big family ones were John and Kate +8 and 19 Kids and Counting, and then it was eventually 20 and 21 Kids and Counting. And I loved Hoarding Buried Alive because Hoarders is a different show.
And
Hoarding Buried Alive was the TLC version.
You related to what your future apartment would be?
Precisely. And
Moving joke.
I love, yeah,
Swish.
we're moving right now. It's a nightmare. I'm getting rid of everything. Follow me on Poshmark, DECINAT, and buy something from me. If you're a fan and you want to own something that's mine, hit up my Poshmark.
More like Gosh Mart, because there's so much there that makes you say, "Oh my gosh."
There was
Boo.
my strange addiction and my strange obsession, and then any of the 600-Pound Life, and then like 600-Pound Twins or whatever.
Comment below your favorite.
Yes, we can move on from this.
What But hey, check out that episode of HSR. It was
Yeah, always
awesome.
a banger, always an all-timer.
Zach had a lot of great stories that I don't think I've even heard before.
Yeah.
Which is
oh, yeah. It's 5 o'clock now. You want to do one more? I don't want to keep you too long.
It's 5 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Right there.
What else is in the news? Oh, I had a morning zoo question.
Let's hear it.
If you'll stomach me.
Let's end on it, but yes.
So, Doug Yoram and Mike Sicoli, who we watch get booked for
That
this
was funny.
episode.
Yeah, that's a true story.
We were in the studio on Tuesday, and Shannon was like, we just had a last-minute dropout for zoo. KP, do you know anyone? Because he had just rapped American Loser. And he
Yeah,
was
first, can you do it?
Yeah.
And then second, do you know anyone?
and he was like, actually, check out my boy Mike Sicoli.
How'd he do?
And he was great. He was very
Love
funny. Came in hot right away with some good jokes. I
Love that.
appreciated.
Love a success story.
And they were talking about sneaking beer into places because Zach told a story about how he had like an uncle or something or like a coworker of his dad's that used to like sneak in coolers, and you're allowed to bring soda but not beer.
Okay.
And so they would hide beer at the bottom because the cops wouldn't want to reach that far in.
Right.
And he said there was one time where they started to reach down. He's like, "It's just soda," and he like grabbed his wrist.
Way to look guilty. That's crazy.
That's like the first time I ever smoked weed was at the racetrack,
Yeah.
and the cops were like laughing at us because we were definitely just laughing and giggling and stoned the entire time, and they definitely knew what was going on. But I mean, we didn't have any weed on us, so they couldn't get us in trouble.
Right. Right.
But they were like, "Oh, look at these idiots."
Yeah.
They were talking about how to sneak beer in. They showed like a thing that looked like a tampon, and then it had like a shot in it.
That's what I was gonna say.
They showed one where it was an umbrella
Ooh, that's good.
that had like a shot thing in it,
Love it.
or like the airplane bottles.
Yeah.
What are some others? They were also talking about sneaking weed in, like blunts or like pre-rolls.
That I would never want to risk. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You got to figure out there's a real answer to this, which is like, if you're talking about the airport, you got to see what shows up the same way on an X-ray machine, on a scanner. Cause like,
I usually just go with dog toys.
yeah, there you go.
That's a joke.
Yeah, no shit. You're not you don't say you're not
Dog
taking
treats.
dog toys.
I
or
usually
anything?
wrap my cocaine in dog treats.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Like if you have actual pill bottles and your drugs are in pills,
Can't relate.
put them in your pill bottles.
No, I won't, actually.
Okay. There are if you're going to like a concert or something, you got to do like bras and shoes. Like put them in your shoes.
I told you this story recently where I went to Made in America in 2018.
Yeah.
And I had bought weed edibles, chocolate, and I had like taped it to like my waistband of my shorts. And then by the time I got in, because I had done it before I left, so by the time I got into the downtown and then waited in the line to actually get into the concert, it had melted. And so I was just kind of licking a wrapper.
That is the kind of shit that I did not do drugs, but that is the type of shit I would have done in like high school or college, where once it got to the end, I would be like, this was fucking stupid. Why did I think 3 hours ago I thought this would be a great idea, and now you just like during the hours you're like, it's ruined. I had this. Why did I think that this was gonna work? I'm so stupid, and now it's melting all over me. Anyway. Most of my experience is sneaking snacks into the movies. And I would just put them in my sleeves. Also, they don't care anymore.
Do they not?
Oh yeah, I openly take snacks into movies. Or I just take a tote bag, load up the tote bag with snacks. They don't check. No one checks
True.
anymore. They don't give a shit.
Well, that's one of the things that Zach said was a big gulp. A big gulp thing, and then just put a beer can in it.
Yeah, there you go. Or a Stanley Cup.
A Chris Stanley Cup.
A Chris Stanley Cup, exactly. Oh, they called out HSR on TTI.
Oh, yeah.
They did. Sorry, I should have brought that up earlier. Where I was like, that's weird. What other show drinks on air famously except for HSR? But Chris Fago would never do that. And it wasn't Chris. It was Stanley.
On the gate drinks on the air.
Geo drinks on air.
Yeah, the guests.
Do the guests drink on air?
Sometimes.
I guess. I feel like HSR is much more famous for drinking on air.
I know. I'm just trying to conjure up other shows.
Sure. Anyway. I think that's it. I think that's all we got, unless you have any more really great tips for sneaking.
Well, Camera bag.
Yeah. Yeah, unless it's a place where you're not allowed to take pictures.
What's the most unique flask you've ever seen?
Ooh. Like that is supposed to be decisive?
Discreet,
Deceptive?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just the tampons. Flasks are cool.
Oh yeah, they're
I've-
fun.
I've never, as a kid, I didn't, or as a teen, I didn't understand the need for a flask. And I'm like, sometimes I'm going somewhere and I got booze at home and I only want this much.
Yeah.
Like, it makes total sense.
Shout out my boy Rodrigo. This is a little incriminating, but there was one time where I went to a comedy show. This is very incriminating, actually.
Ooh.
I invited my friend Rodrigo, who's now in Boston, Boston Rod.
I met him, did I not? At the Philly Comedy Festival?
Yes.
Oh my God, yes, I remember him.
Yeah, Rodrigo's great, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, he was
Like
great.
Mexican guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's awesome.
that event was shaded a little bit for us, but
Yeah. So I invited him. He was like, invite me to comedy shows. I'm like, okay. My friend Robbie Bernstein is doing like an end of the year. Like, it's kind of political,
right.
but like there is a lot of comedy in it. I don't know which way you lean, but you'll still laugh. No,
Yeah.
even if it's like
Not your thing.
not your. And he was like, hell yeah. And he did lean conservative,
Right.
which helped,
Right.
as everyone else kind of somehow did at my school that I became friends with.
Right.
And
Can't relate.
I remember in the middle of the show, I guess Robbie must have turned around to make a point or something, and he just like pulls a flask out of his like jean jacket pocket and hands it to me, and he was like, take a swig. And I like took some swigs, and we would hand it back and forth whenever no one was looking.
That's great.
And then on the walk back to the subway, we were taking turns with the flask, and I'm like, this is way better than spending too much money on beer.
Exactly.
It was awesome.
That's
and
smart. I did that at
again,
the stand once.
I hope Robbie didn't have like a bar deal.
Oh, that's funny. Robbie doesn't watch the show. Watch Part of the Problem though. He's
Hell
on
yeah.
that.
He is the man, and I hope he still does those year-end review shows, because you should go to those too. They're very funny.
Yeah, absolutely. I did that at the stand once where I went, I'm prepared to be drunk tonight, but I do not want to spend $40 plus trying to just for drinks for myself. So I bought 3 airplane bottles of vodka on the way to the
Ooh.
studio. And was kind of embarrassed to drink one on the walk there, so I drank it in the bathroom of the stand.
Okay, so this is what we can end on.
Sure.
Speaking of the stand and Legion of Skanks,
Yeah.
Dr. Drew is on.
Right.
I know with Christos's show, we've gotten a lot of the medical questions out of the way, but if you could ask Dr. Drew a medical question, what would it be? Do you have any?
Ways to. This is top of mind because I just saw an article advertised to me from like NPR that's like, do you wake up in pain from your sleep? Like, here's how to sleep in a better position so that you're not like hurting your neck or whatever. But the illustrations were not helpful to me.
Yeah.
They were hard to read. So I would love to know from a doctor's perspective, like how do I sleep in a way that like doesn't hurt my head and my neck?
That's good.
Because I've been struggling with that a lot, where I feel a lot of pain in my head and neck, no matter what. I can't seem to find a pillow that works for me.
I know that this argument has been put to rest, but I
The
still
squirt pee.
no, actually close, but a different
Close.
one.
Okay.
But I still hear the same way. I still hear, even though the science is out on it, basically, I still hear people like arguing against it regularly, which is like, is cracking your knuckles and cracking your back, is this actually good for you or not? Because I'm addicted to it and I don't feel any worse, but like my mom still yells at me for cracking my back.
It's not. It doesn't cause arthritis. Definitively, it's because it's not your bones cracking.
Yeah.
Is it good for you? I don't think so, but I also don't think it's bad for you. I'm gonna
I
look
just
that
want a
up.
doctor to confirm that like cracking your knuckles is okay and I can crack my back and not worry about having death.
Back problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason that would come up, I think, is if you like crack your own neck too hard. But I don't think that I don't think one has enough power to kill themselves that way.
Sure, there have been times though where I've legitimately strained or pulled a muscle in my neck because I cracked.
Well,
too hard.
then that's bad for you.
Yeah.
But I don't think the cracking itself is inherently bad. I think it's just famously like popping bubbles in the fluid.
I know, but people don't know that, and they yell at you.
I feel like
still get
that's
people
famous
being
now.
like. That's what I'm saying. I thought the argument was put to rest, but I still regularly hear people maybe it's an etiquette thing. You know, the more I think about it, it does.
The answer is they don't want to hear you cracking your knuckles.
If you're going
that's
for
fair.
If you're going for what I would call an all around the world,
where
you do every single finger, that is kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, I can think of a friend of ours that does that all the time, and it's crazy.
It is
crazy.
Only recently have I started to get annoyed with it.
Yeah, and he does it constantly.
Yeah.
Crunchy dude.
Well, I think that's a good place to end.
I agree.
Fuck you, Danny and Coop. Suck my Philly dick. And please, everyone out there, help us reach 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel by subscribing at GaS Digital now on the tubes.
Please.
All the tube sites. You can watch all of the episodes we mentioned today uncensored and ad-free at gasdigital.com. Use our promotional code now at sign up to get a discount on your membership.
We got a little kickback this month because somebody used our code. That's huge.
Baby.
Thank you for that.
Thanks. And follow the GaS Digital accounts at GaS Digital on Instagram and Twitter, and on YouTube at GaS Digital Network. I'm pumping out them classic clips.
They're really good.
Thanks.
Like across the board, people love them. So,
hey, look, I didn't create the programming. I just amplify it. Okay.
Yeah.
You
just hacked the system.
Yeah. So, Nat, what do you got to plug?
Natalie DeChico edits on Instagram. For real, go to DECINAT on Poshmark and buy something from me, please. I need this shit out of here.
DEICCICO.
No, Decinat. Follow me at Natalie DeChico edits on Instagram. And watch my other podcast, That's Hot. That's it.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Fly, eagles, fly on the road to victory.